Hey there, Lucas here again with the review series, if you will call it like that, because it would be a bit too long in a single video, about the JTZ DP30 Filmmaker System. Today we will talk about the Mattebox of this system. You can see it right here. It's a very big Mattebox, like not like a small one, it's like a big Mattebox. And I want to tell you, this is a beast. So this Mattebox is crazy strong. So it's not only like a bit heavy, of course, because of its size, and it's mainly built of metal. We have a little bit of plastic for the main body here. The rest is all metal. I think aluminum it will be. But this thing is ridiculous. So before we get more in-depth about the strong part, let's have a look at the normal functionality of this Mattebox. So we have, this is a swing away type. So we have this little lever here that we can pull up and then swing away this Mattebox, which is crazy cool for changing lenses. We have two filter trays, one of them rotates. The locking screws are on the side. These will take normal 4x4 filters like the Tiffin Pro Mist I have here. You can see the holder is, by the way, made of aluminum. So it's pretty sturdy and can take filters just fine. Let's insert it here. This is a bit loud, I think. And lock it, and we have it in place. Pretty cool. And you can see all around it we have these screws. These are for the flags. So let's get into the accessories that we have here. The first thing is we have like an adapter for 19mm rod systems, and then of course we have our flags. So the flags are assembled as nearly anywhere. We have two screws here. We have like these T-shaped screws, and we have the round ones on the side. So the round ones will be used to secure our flag onto the side, and this screw will hold it in place. So when we screw it tight, we cannot move it anymore. So this is for adjusting it. And then, of course, on the side flags, we have this little screw to change the shape of our flag, if you will call it like that. So the top flag is folding, which is very neat for transportation purposes. So just a second, I will assemble it here. I have extended like the side flag, and now it doesn't fit anymore in normal setups. So I get down, maybe down again. So for the top flag we have two screws to secure, both for the flag itself and also for the position that we want to bring it into. So this is it, fully built up. Great for blocking light and built like a tank. What you maybe already noticed here on the side of the flags is also on the top flag here, and also on the side flags underneath down here. These are actually for protection of some sort. So there's a little rubber band around this knob. So it's like a little metal pin with rubber around it. So which basically only is there to protect you from over adjusting your Mattebox, so you don't like scratch your metal. As you can see here on the bottom, we also have these large round silver screws, and this is so you can actually mount the top flag also on the bottom if you like need to block light that comes from the floor. So this is the box it ships in. It's actually quite big. I mean, I think it looks big on camera, but it's also in reality it's really big because of all the accessories that you have it. What we also have, the last thing of accessory, is these adapter rings. So in here we have the ring that connects to our lens, and this is the narrowest one, like the smallest ring that we can attach directly. Usually what you know from cheaper Matteboxes is like a little ring or a donut, like a little foam ring that you get into here. You can see this also on the DP503 Mattebox from Fotga. But down here you have like these metal rings, which are in normal cinema standard sizes. So you have, for example, here a 104mm ring. This is a 95mm ring, 114, and here in place we have an 80. And this already tells you a bit at what this Mattebox is aimed for. This is not aimed for like the small cheapish market. I mean, it comes at a price obviously, but also it's more intended to be used with higher end setups with lenses that would directly fit into this. Because these little gaps here to properly mount your cinema lenses directly into your Mattebox that you would do normally with any cinema grade Mattebox. What we also have though is this ring with some sort of felt or velvet inside in black that we can use for smaller lenses. So, but this does not go into the rubber ring, as you can see here, as these rings would do. And this goes, we have to disconnect the whole rubber ring. We have this screw here, this locking screw, which holds the rubber ring in place. And now we could place our normal lens adapter, if you will, in here. I think this is actually a bit tight for most lenses, but it can still work. I have not tested it properly because the fun thing is that with the smallest spring that we have here, which is an 80mm, it fits pretty much perfect for my 35mm Samyang lens. It's not perfect, but you can see it's good enough, at least for me. And it's the same with my Tokina 11 to 16mm lens, which I have on here. So this fits even better. So you can like get a gapless connection between the lenses. Not perfect, but it works. These screws, by the way, hold a whole mechanism into place. So I have to be honest with you, I have no idea why you would like to detach them. I will just demonstrate it. You can like detach the whole ring here. I've yet to find out why this might be useful. So we can reattach the rubber ring. And then we can like reattach the whole connection system. One thing I got asked quite a lot when I talked about the Fotga DP503 Mattebox before is the height adjustment of the Mattebox. How is it? And how far you can lift or get it down. And the thing is with these Matteboxes, the same with the Fotga as well as the JTZ is that you don't have too much room to wiggle around. And the reason for this is because of the standards of 50mm rod systems. The thing is, we have the standard where we have 50mm rods, which are from the center measured 6 centimeters apart from each other. But there's also some sort of standard. It is not like that well known, it's not like that used that much, but there's also a standard of height, how far the center of the lens is meant to be when we attach a camera on top of it. So because of the standard height, it's the thing that these Matteboxes are aimed to use with this standard in mind. So basically you don't have like the whole variation if your rig is far more up or far more down compared to the standard that we have. Keeping that in mind, we have to lose these two thumb screws here on the side. And this is actually, again, quite a cool feature. We cannot like adjust it now. This is not possible. What we have to do is we have the big silver screw here on top, and when we pull it, we can adjust the height. Isn't this great? So this is the way we can adjust the height here, and you can see there's these little arrows that I cannot see right at the moment, which show the default value, if you will, which is perfectly the standard for the height on 50mm rod system. So when we set it like this, for example, if we set it to the default position, I have it in place now, this is the position that will work perfectly fine with our JTZ cage, or if we get the JTZ stuff for a Blackmagic Ursa camera, which is not directly a cage, it will work for this setting too. So this is the reason why we have this here. Before I teasered you with how strong this Mattebox is, and I now want to tell you what I mean with this. So when we grab onto this handle, by the way, this handle has like 3 1/4 inch threads on top, one on the side and left and right. Now when we grab onto this handle, we can easily hold our camera with this, or rig. We can shake it around and it works. And I will tell you that I don't recommend doing this, of course, but you can do it because the mechanism here is so strong, it holds this easily without getting out of shape. Actually, this is so strong that you can hold and use this Mattebox as a training weight to train your biceps if you really want to do this, because this Mattebox is so crazy strong and you can easily do that. I don't recommend it, obviously, but it just shows you a bit how strong and how well built this Mattebox is. So I really have to tell you, I think I could take this with me in the company and use this on a professional film set, and there were no people who would like complain about the quality, the build and the handling of this Mattebox, which I actually had some issues with before when using my Pro Mattebox on a Pro shoot. Now that's all I have to say about the Mattebox for now. If you have any questions, of course, drop them in the comments. And I hope I will see you again for the other videos, the following ones for the other stuff regarding the JTZ DP30 Filmmaker System. It's great to say that. And thank you very much for watching. I see you next time, and I was Lucas, and bye.